Hey everybody, this is Russ from Retro Game Core. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the Miyoo Mini. Now I've done several videos about this device here, and it's one of my favorite to come out in 2022. Let me start by talking about some of the reasons why I like it so much. Number one, I think that it functions really well as a primary handheld for people who aren't really into handhelds. For example, I have gifted them to several different family members over the past few months, and they've all enjoyed them for one reason or another. My older brother enjoys playing like classic NES games that we played from our childhood, and my little sister likes to play Pokemon games as well. And so I think just from a casual use case, this has a really wide appeal to it. It's so small, it can go anywhere, it's very easy to start up and start playing as well. I also think this device is really ideal as a secondary handheld for those who have something more powerful as well. At the average of $60 for the price point, it just makes it an easy purchase to kind of have as a handheld companion to your other emulation device. Now personally, I like to think of this handheld as dedicating it to one game at a time. Right now I'm running Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo, and I'm having a great time revisiting those old memories. On top of that, you can play this one-handed, which makes it really handy in just any kind of situation. Additionally, there are a ton of different community-based solutions that will improve your experience with this little handheld. We have 2 major custom firmwares available, and we also have some better buttons that you can use on the back, as well as an upgraded speaker. However, all of those customizations would be moot if you can't actually get your hands on the device, and that's the crux of the problem we're going to try to tackle today. Because unfortunately, the demand on the Miyoo Mini is so high that the manufacturer is having a hard time keeping up. So I want to quickly go over some of the tips that I use in order to get a Miyoo Mini, and I'm hoping it'll benefit you as well. First and foremost is the most simple option. That's to grab one from the Miyoo website directly on AliExpress. Now the problem here is that the stock kind of trickles in, and they only come out on certain times of the day and in certain colors as well. Over the past couple weeks, I've seen about 100 to 200 of these Miyoo Minis become available at a certain time every day. And that specific time is a few minutes before 11 p.m. in Hawaii. That equates to 11 a.m. in the UK, 5 a.m. in the US on the eastern side, and then 3 a.m. on the Pacific side. And so my primary recommendation is to follow the link that I have in the video description, which will take you directly to their page, and then refresh that page right around that same time. On average, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes for those 200 units to sell out. So as long as you set an alarm and then try to get in there during that time, at least once a day, you could have an opportunity to grab one for cheap. The nice thing about the AliExpress listing is that they go for about $58 or $60 with free shipping. And so that is my primary recommendation. I would say that you should refresh the page right around that time and see if you can grab one. Now the colors that are available will vary. Often you'll see the white and the black one, and then sometimes you'll see the blue and the gray one as well. So that's method number one. Method number two would be to use a third-party site like keepretro.com. Now, I'm not really sure how Keep Retro works, but I think they're a drop shipper. What that really means is that they take a bunch of pre-orders, and then they use that money to make a big batch order, and then when those come in, they go and ship them out. And it seems like every couple months they do a big batch like that. The thing about that one is that the prices are going to be a little bit higher, so I would expect to pay $10 to $20 more than what you would find on the Miyoo Mini website. But you at least have the security that you've put down your money, and then you can expect to get one in the next month or so. So really what you're doing with this solution is to pay a little bit for the convenience of not having to set an alarm and do the whole refresh thing, but that is another option if you want to get your hands on a Miyoo Mini. And finally, you have the third option of getting your hands on one of these, and that is to go to Amazon or eBay and then pay these scalpers who are buying a bunch at once and then trying to resell them for something like 120 bucks. Now, as you can imagine, I do not recommend going through that route, but if you're in a time crunch or maybe you just don't really care to kind of play the whole Miyoo Mini buying game, that might be an easy solution right there. Personally, while I love the Miyoo Mini, I don't think it's worth 120 bucks, but of course that's all going to be up to you. Anyway, that's about it for this video. I don't want to drag it on any longer. Those are really the methods that I use when it comes to buying a Miyoo Mini, and I'm hoping that this will help you out a little bit as well. Now, one thing to note, the link that I'm using in the video description is an affiliate link, and so a couple of those dollars are going to go towards me if you use that link when you're buying the Miyoo Mini. However, if you don't want to do the whole affiliate thing, I totally get it, and that's cool. What I'll do is I'll also leave a non-affiliate link so you can just use that one instead. Either way, I hope this little video was helpful in getting you one of these coveted Miyoo Minis. I think that over time, with a little bit of patience, you'll be able to grab one. And let me tell you, this thing is totally worth that $60 to $70 price point. It's a lot of fun to use, and once you put custom firmware on it, like Miyoo Mini or Mini UI, you're gonna have even more fun. And so let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear some good success stories of you finally getting a Miyoo Mini based on the tips that I just gave. As always, thank you for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and we will see you next time. Happy gaming.